So going into a tournament like this, real quick, KB, going into a tournament like this, we're going to jump over to court one. But when you approach this, what kind of preparation do you do, about what opponents to face? Are there certain opponents where you kind of mentally prep differently, or you try to pay attention to how they're throwing, what they're throwing? Board conditions change people's throws, and that changes your own throw. So how much mental capacity do you put towards that going into a tournament like this?
I mean, I knew the boards were going to be fast because they're more brand new boards, so I really just tried to have the down the middle game. I didn't try to really practice the rolls and stuff, and because I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it as much. But I mean, getting here and playing on them, and they're a little faster, but I'm just trying to go down the middle no matter who I play.
Very cool. Well, it looks like they're starting the game off with the full load wash, so we're going to get into this game here. And KB, thanks for joining us, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Hopefully we'll see you on this main court here shortly.
All right, so Eddie comes in with one on the left, Gavin in the hole. Eddie finds a hole with the second bag. I see it now. I see that little extra flip in his wrist when he lets it go.
So, have you noticed his extra flip? It's
He's really trying to get that turn on there.
Yeah, he's trying to work that bag a little bit more.
Eddie looking to limit the damage by going in the hole here.
All right. We try to hit it up. Nope,
I think he just go. Oh, he's going to go for the safe points there and ends up pushing out to the left a little bit.
Yeah, he had that right to left where he wanted to miss out to the right hand side, but just missed it right up the gut a little bit, and the action took over and it went over to the left hand side. Leaving points.
Yeah, well, it worked out for Eddie. But
I know it's early on, but let's see if those 2 points come into play later, because I promise you it will. These two guys should be having a great match here.
Yeah, Gavin gets right around Eddie's blocker. Eddie takes it in. I think you're going to see a lot of clear hole shots here on these boards.
Gavin with that flick just misses out to the left-hand side. Frustration starting to set in on his face.
Little deep.
Earlier, whenever he was going against Michael, he had a nice little relaxed look about him. Now, all of a sudden, we've got Mr. Edward over here.
He had quite the lead there.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, even before the lead, just watching him throw, it was just all relaxed. It was almost like it was a practice session for him.
Well,
unfortunately for Michael, it was almost like it was a practice session for him.
There's got to be a huge difference as a pro coming in, facing a seasoned pro, or facing someone playing in the open event that's not a pro. You have to go into that with a little more confidence than you would against a seasoned pro like Eddie Grinderslev.
The point to my good little pickup there. Wow. Edward on the right-hand side. Didn't even touch Gavin's front bag.
Yeah, Gavin ends up bumping off his own and ends up on the back of the board there. Eddie's going to come away with points here.
Might be more. Oh, man, I tell you what, that hurts your feelings whenever you see stuff like that. As an opponent, when somebody comes around like that, because I've had it done to me many times, and it frustrates me. I can only imagine what it does to a professional as well.
Well, hopefully his memory's short, because he is a professional and wants to move on here and get back in the groove, but he's out to the left again.
All of his shots that he's missed so far has been to that left side, and that's pretty typical with one of those throwers that come straight across it. I just feel like it's one of those things to where he's just holding on just a tad bit too long.
Maybe that extra flip of the wrist is spinning it just that much further.
Tries to I think he tried to flip that over there.
Good pickup. Eddie's still going to walk away with a couple points. Just how many will he walk away with? Looks like it's going to be 2.
6-0 right now, Eddie. Still got his good little strong, straight down the middle throwing game right now.
Yeah, you can tell when Eddie's feeling good. He's got a little pep in his step as he's walking from one side to the other. He's got a little bounce in his step.
That's how he normally walks. He always walks on his toes.
Well, but when you catch him in a game where he's not happy with his game, he does not do it as much. He's kind of slumber with it. So he's in a good space right now. He's going right at the hole, and looks like the patience factor against Vanessa is paying off here against Gavin as well. He's going to stay patient and go at the hole, and
which, I feel like plays in favor of Eddie right now, because he didn't have, no disrespect to Michael, he didn't have that matchup like Eddie did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a true test in order to get here. Mentally, I think that's where it plays a factor. Because just like we mentioned a while ago, how I was talking about how cool, calm, and collected he was. All of a sudden, you say it's a whole different game whenever you come to an Eddie Grinderslev and you have to face somebody like that. You got to switch the flip, or you got to flip the switch real quick, and you just hope it's not 13-0 before you flip that switch.
Right. Well, coming off that full load wash, we got 2 bags right in front of the hole there. Eddie slides right by, knocks his bag in, and off the back he goes.
So one thing you don't want to do right now is get your opponent back into the game by your misses.
Gavin and Eddie both replacing blocker shots there. Gavin gets by Eddie's bag. Eddie looking at a 7-point round so far. Gavin trying to put this in to earn 5 points off this one round. And that's exactly what he does.
Yeah.
12-7 round.
Right where you feel like you're dominating the game a little bit. You've got good rhythm. And then all of a sudden, one round, it just flips.
I think Eddie's got a pretty short memory when it comes to cornhole. He's able to move on past that. It's not so much about one round, but his consistent throw. If his throw is consistently off, and I think he's starting to get used to these boards, then you're going to see a different attitude. So he's still in the groove. As long as he doesn't keep pushing them out over and over, then.
Well, if we revert back to that first game we saw him against Peyton, he had that long run, that little drought. He had that long drought that his opponent Peyton was gaining a lot of points off of, based off of his mistakes itself. So you're all right. He's got to be able to try to flush that out mentally itself before things get out of hand, because fortunately for him, he had a nice little 16-point lead for that. This one's a whole different scenario. They're pretty much neck and neck right now.
Yeah, actually, Gavin just taking the lead there by 1 point. So you don't want to let this kid get out of hand, because he will put it on you. Eddie just takes it in, keeps the hole clear. Gavin finds the hole with bag 2. Eddie the same. Now we got the third bag in. And they have trips. The door's open. And that's a full load wash from these guys. Looks like that was one of those.
Walk.
Well, yeah, I told you, bro.
It is a different walk.
There's he goes a little faster, a little more peppy.
It's a little more bounce.
For these pros, that 4-bag wash right there is like a reset. It's like let's just wash it out. Let's put them all in the hole and let's kind of reset. And that's what Eddie wanted off of that, and probably Gavin looking to do this over and over. He's looking for a long game here. On Eddie's side, just shy of the hole. Eddie gets right by it. Gavin going to try to catch a piece of it and bring it towards. And he ends up squeezing up and push.
Trying to work that right to left right now, and it's just leaving it out.
Yeah, Eddie putting the blocker right out front. Takes the focus away from Gavin to be able to try to grab those bags or do anything. He's going to call a timeout and check it.
Had a little hezzy there.
Yeah, a little Tiger Woods moment. It stopped right there in the swing. And
that guy with that throwing stone shirt has a phenomenal beard. I thought yours was good. Look at that thing.
I've just started to grow mine back out, so we'll
Mr.
get there.
Nasty Time backside drag there, Gavin.
Yeah, he picked up one of them.
Push shot.
Oh, and
And he
Eddie,
pushes in the wrong one.
Eddie trying to follow his bag in, ends up slightly out to the right off of his bag and knocks
Man,
in that back
is-
bag.
That is a big swing there by Eddie there. Go from getting 2 points possibly to now giving up 4. Gavin with a phenomenal airmail shot on that backside to drag that bag, and then all of a sudden gifted an extra 2 points by Eddie missing on the right-hand side and pushing his bag in. 11-6 now. All of a sudden, 6-0. He's on an 11-0 run right now. Eddie's got to find a way to stop this bleeding. He's going to have to patch it up and and find create his own wounds.
Yeah, Gavin hoping for that that streak of 21, but Eddie's going to have to find a way to put a stop to this. Looks like they have trips. Will they go 4s? And they are. That's a full load wash for these guys. Again, Eddie trying to find a way to stop the bleeding here. Gavin just trying to shoot right down the middle, maybe set a blocker out every now and then, work something in. And Eddie on that 2 rounds back tried to push his bag in. I'm not sure why he didn't just try to go around it, but Gavin's bag was just too far in. He knocked it in. So these guys, again, going hole for hole here, waiting for somebody to make a mistake. Oh, there it is. There's the opening Eddie's looking for. He needs to put this in. Now he's got a chance to come away with points here. 2 could break the streak. And there it is. He's going to gain 2 points there. Takes his score 8-11. More importantly, he breaks that scoring streak, gets his lead bag back.
Let's see what he could do with this lead bag. Gavin getting 11 points off of that little break there. Let's see if Eddie can go on a little streak himself.
That bag will work its way back down. There it goes. Gavin
that
taking
flick?
to the right, getting right by it, leaving it there for Eddie to work for it.
I feel like it's his action shot whenever he tries to get that little flick to where it tries to move it a little further right to left.
Ooh, a little long. Another little mistake there by Gavin. Going to give up 2 more points, and all of a sudden we got a 10-11 game. Eddie now 4 points in this streak to see if he can carry it on through and get to the end here. Right down the middle, finds a hole. Gavin puts a little short on Eddie's side, trying to create a reasonable response there. Eddie puts it right behind in the center, taking away the easy push.
Counter block.
Yeah, little train of bags coming there. Now we see a roll shot by Eddie. Hits a little inside, more towards the center, and bounces out left.
Over the top, Mr. Nasty Time, Gavin.
Yeah, big airmail shot, trying to catch that front drag too, but didn't quite get it. Now Eddie's found that right spot for that roll bag.
Does he go for the drag again?
Airmail drag.
Put it up. Dragging.
Ooh.
Dragging 2 of those with
Cut a little too much of Eddie's bag there, and it followed it in.
But he definitely needed to bring his bag for sure, so it was definitely a shorter airmail on purpose. But
I
still
think
a great shot, though.
Yeah, I mean, that one had to feel like a win anyways because he hit his airmails. Yes, it was a wash, but he did what he set out to do there. Can't be disappointed with that last airmail shot.
It's a west side shot.
Oh, Eddie just replaces it over there on that side. Gavin follows it in, leaves Eddie's bag lonely up on the board.
He goes about 75% out.
Oh, and he gets by without taking it. He was trying to catch just a slight piece of that. Gavin sets up behind it. Changes the focus of what Eddie's going to do here. Puts it right in front of the hole. Gavin may have to go up
I think
over
he
this.
will go over the top again.
The boards are just a little too fast to get the big cuts.
Goes up. Oh, misses just a little long. He said it too. Just a itty bitty.
Works out for Eddie. Gonna gain 2 more points there.
I think it's just one.
Oh, one more. Yeah. But that evens it up. 11-11. Eddie right back in this game here. He's taking a couple rounds, but right down the middle.
See, Eddie now is on a 5-0 run. Game of runs this game is right here.
Ooh. Deep left. He followed Gavin up there. This guy's looking to finish off in the hole. Oh, out to the left slightly again. Gavin going to try to get around it without pulling it in. He turns it slightly, so Eddie's got a chance here to catch the front of that bag with this last bag and get it to drop.
Oh, Mr. Nasty time. Eddie.
And there you go, a 10-10 wash. Eddie decided, I'm not going to just catch a corner. I'm going to catch it on the way in. Now that to me is the slightly frustrated walk of Eddie Grinderslev. He's still in it, you know, that feeling of I've still got this, but I'm a little frustrated with the way it's going.
I'm everywhere right now.
Off the back there, Eddie's very upset with that throw. He just slides past the hole and slides it right off the back. Gavin trying to capitalize, ends up on the right side of the hole, half of his bag hanging in. Eddie gets in without taking it.
He's going to work with this one.
Yeah, Gavin ends up hitting off of it. Hits pretty good off of it, but it just stays there. Oh, Eddie slips in.
I think that helps him here.
He picks it up there on the last. Going to pick up 3 points on that one. Score now 14-11. Gavin taking that lead back. Gets his lead bag back. See if he starts setting some blockers out there, forcing Eddie to make some moves. Nope, just goes for the hole. Eddie out to the left again.
I think he's in a mindset right now. I'm talking about Gavin, of just kind of going up the gut and don't block right now, because I feel like Eddie's is making his own mistakes right now until something changes.
Yeah, once he starts hitting them over and over, then you have to do something. But right now he's giving a few away.
He's content with just getting 2 on this one.
Yeah,
I don't blame him.
10-12 round. Eddie's going to give up 2 more points. Score now 16-11. All right, Gavin puts the first bag in the hole. He kind of comes in from the right side and deep. Again, Eddie out to the left. Everything tends to be going out to the left there on that first bag. Each time the first bag ends up out there to the left. But he got lucky by Gavin following him over there. He presses Gavin's bag back, trying to make it hard for him to bring it back in. Gavin tries to catch a piece of it and doesn't quite get it. Eddie slides right through the front door there. Gavin going to try to pick up at least one of those bags and ends up out to the left. Eddie has a chance to get some points on this. And he does. He's going to pick up 2 off of that. A little bit of back and forth here. Going to end up going into round 21 with the score of 13-16. Eddie Grinderslev with the lead bag, down by 3 points. Again, a little left. On the back of the hole, the bag's bound to come back in towards the hole. There's enough of it in there to get it. Eddie sets up right next to it again on the left side. Gavin trying to hit the gap, and he does. He picks up a little bit of his bag and moves it into the hole. Eddie squeezes up in front of Gavin's bag. Gavin throws it hard to take them all
Great
in
shot.
there. Leaves Eddie's 2 left bags up. Eddie has to try to at least grab one of them, if not both of them. The back bag looks like an airmail drag.
Goes up.
Oh, and he just got a little skinny on the airmail. He hit it short front of the board, and it just fell in without catching anything. Then Gavin squeezes up against those bags, so he's only going to pick up 2 on this round. It's making the score 18-13. Gavin with the lead now takes lead bag back.
Just hits a little bit too much of that front bag for him to go in. Slowed it down just enough.
Yeah, he was just trying to slip it in so he didn't catch anything, and it just, got a little sticky on him. Right down the middle for these guys, just popping them right in the hole. Now Gavin's out to the right, just missing right. And that bag there's not a lot of that hanging over the hole, so he's, oh man, he's leaving a lane.
Just setting it up to have a great finish.
There's
here.
a field goal by
that
Eddie.
just brought it back in, though.
He did. I mean, you can pick that one up. You're still going to give up a couple points, but you got to get at least one of them. And he didn't. Eddie's going to try to get skinny here.
He's going to miss on the right-hand side. No,
Oh,
he misses that one on the
picked it
left-hand
up.
side. Instead of 4, he gets 2.
Left is not his friend today on this board. He ends up being just slightly left each time.
And
All right.
that's that scenario to where you've got to miss that on the right-hand side, because even if you miss it on the left-hand side like that, you're still getting 2 points. So
Yep.
you got to give yourself an opportunity to try to get 4 points by missing on the right side.
Well, nice little blocker up front now. Eddie just replaces it. Half of his bag's hanging in forward. The nose will drop, and another replacement bag. Now you're starting to see some of these blocks come up. Eddie's going to push through. He wants to clear the hole. Hole for hole here. There you go. A full load wash for you folks.
That was a walkthrough. He walked through that one.
Yeah, it was a early walk there. So again, we're at a score of 15-18. Eddie with lead bag, right down the middle. Just wants to keep that lane clear, keep throwing it at the middle, let Gavin make the mistakes, and that's what he does. Gavin ends up out to the left and short. Eddie puts it right down the middle. Gavin again ends up left and pushes up against his bag. Eddie now sets up right behind in the center. Gavin either going to have to cut around it or go over it.
No, he's doing a cut, a little roll.
Yep, he sets up. Now Eddie actually has a chance to push his bag through, but he needed that to stay on the board, though, honestly. It's a 7-3 round so far.
He's going to guarantee himself at least
one.
At least one.
Yeah.
Depends on what he does here. If he goes for the airmail, he might gain 1. Mr. Nasty Time, and he does gain 1.
Dirty. He does pick up his front bag for an 8-7 round. He gets 1 off of that. He well fought for that one. Eddie throwing that cut shot ends up off the left side of the board, and he was really just trying to set it up on there, not trying to do anything fancy. Maybe set it on top of the bags, take the airmail away.
Yeah, he just missed that one too far left. And the one place you couldn't miss it was too far left.
Yeah, there's your blocker. Eddie gets around it, but almost takes it in. Gavin's going to try to replace this one. And he's halfway in the hole. Eddie's going to follow through. Oh, and he ends up out to the left again.
And that's the setup.
Yep, that's not.
You got to play a block game here.
Boards
just a little too long.
Yeah, the board's just too fast for him to put that blocker up there. And
that's going to do it right there. Ends it with a nice little airmail, but still gives up 2 points there.
Yeah. Big score there for Gavin Cano, 24-15, taking the win. And we're gonna
cut to commercial.
Cut to commercial. Yeah, we'll be right back. We're gonna bring you some action. I'm seeing some heavy hitters over here on court 2, so you're gonna want to stay tuned.